Welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, regionsports.com, and the IHSAA Champions Network. We come to you tonight from Portage High School as the Region Sports Network features Indiana High School boys basketball as the Michigan City Wolves visit the Portage Indians. I'm Andrew Mild. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's broadcast, and joining me with the color analysis is Isaiah Cransberry. Good evening, Isaiah.
Good evening, Andrew. Great to be back with you. And we have a great game tonight. I mean, before they honored all the seniors and they mentioned accolades that we didn't really realize, and we were just talking about it. I mean, this is one of the best classes in Portage High School basketball history.
Yeah, they mentioned amongst those seniors that were being honored tonight, they've combined for more points than any other graduating class since the 1971 graduating class. To put that in perspective, that's 54 years separating those two classes.
Yeah, that's a time span older than a lot of their parents. That tells you a lot. And so it's really cool to be in an honor to be able to call this game with you tonight. And I think we're going to have a great matchup between a well-coached Michigan City team. You know, John Boyd has them playing really well. They're high energy. They've went to the toe-to-toe with a lot of teams in the dueling so far, so it'll be a good one tonight.
Yeah, Michigan City has won 4 in a row. The most recent win is against a good, very, very good Morton team, 74-67. They have a couple of good players on their roster, but they are led by the senior captain in Anthony Murphy. He's averaging nearly 18 points. Isaiah, what makes him so special?
What makes him special is just his explosion, but then also his composure. I mean, the senior being able to go up and down with this team, running up and down the floor, averaging points as well as he does, but then also being able to impact other areas of the score sheet, it speaks for itself. So it'll be interesting, and it's kind of funny because if any of our Region Sports listeners recall, about 8-9 years ago, there was an Anthony Murphy in Griffith, Indiana, and so he went on to play at Drake, and so it's funny, same height and all that, so it'll be interesting to watch another Anthony Murphy go at it.
So you're saying it could be Anthony Murphy reincarnated, but with Michigan City. But going back to Portage, they are led by the Wellman brothers. Michael Wellman, he is going to move on to play for Grace College. He surpassed 1,000 points earlier this month in their win against Lake Central. And Sam Wellman, his twin brother, is going to Bethel. Those two certainly have a chemistry.
Yes, and we've had a great honor, including myself, of calling a lot of their games and just watching these guys grow up. I mean, I remember in the sectional when Portage hosted 2 or 3 years ago, and these guys were just young guys going toe-to-toe, upset a Valpo team, I believe, that year, and then beat Maryville as well to face Chesterton in the sectional championship the same year Chesterton went on the state. So these guys have been battle-tested, and they're looking to go out on their senior year on a high note.
They always say don't look too far into the future when you have a current opponent in front of you like Michigan City. But we do want to point out that Portage, they are undefeated in conference play. They are 5-0. Their next game, Crown Point, who is ranked as the number 2 team in this state. So this could be a prep game for Portage going up against a Wolves team that will love to come here, spoil their senior night, and walk away with an upset win. As we're seeing the clock run down, we're getting ready for the national anthem, so we will step aside for the anthem, and we'll be back for starting lineups and opening tip-off here from Portage High School. As you're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
The Friday night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast is 35 degrees, which after a long string of cold days we had these last couple of weeks, you'll gladly take 35. And no rain as it was raining yesterday. That's the game night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Andrew Maya with Isaiah Gransberry for senior night at Portage High School. And we have the starting lineup for the Michigan City Wolves. They're going to be led by Anthony Murphy, who we talked about in the pregame show. Isaiah Smoot will be out there, the junior, with Terrence McCray, Jaron Upshaw, the son of head coach Larry Upshaw, and Keegan Cowgill. You can tell that these seniors are being treated very well on their senior night as the student section is loud and proud. And Isaiah, you played in a senior night before. What kind of emotions were you going through?
Lots of emotions. I mean, life goes by fast, and so just to be able to get to this point after all the years of playing hoops, you know, with your brothers at a public school, growing up in the system, it's emotional. And so you let that emotion just hopefully turn into production on the court, and then just let your game speak for itself, because just before you know it, you'll be on to the next venture in life.
The Portage Indians are taking the floor. They've turned out the lights. They have the spotlight on them, as Portage will try to win here tonight against the Michigan City Wolves in a DAC matchup. Starting lineup for Portage. Omari Evans is out there, and so is Matrell Harbin, Garrett Clark, Sam Wellman, and Michael Wellman. So that's the starting five for Portage as we get ready to jump, and it's won by McCray, and the Michigan City Wolves. Possession there will belong to the Indians. Murphy attacking early. He zigzags into the lane, and he finishes with the left hand for two.
Portage starting off with a man-to-man defense, still getting their matchups right, and Michigan City drives downhill for the easy bucket.
Murphy scored 24 points against LaPorte. Gets a pass down low. Wellman to Wellman, and Wellman leaves it short. Battling for the rebound is Harbin. Harbin is getting second, third chance looks. Another rebound for Harbin, and he finally gets hit.
We were talking about this before the game. He is a big body. I mean, 6'11". He almost looks like a 7-footer right now from our angle. And so I'm sure Michigan City is going to have a tough time grabbing those rebounds tonight.
On the roster, they mentioned him at 6'10". That's a big boy out there playing for the Indians, and he had 5 rebounds against Maryville. I think he may have gotten 5 rebounds in that first possession alone. It's going to be a tough assignment, too, for Michigan City. And as the tallest player out there is Keegan Cowgill at 6'7". Harbin goes 2 for 2 at the line, so we're even out. Harbin had no points against Maryville. He's already on the board early. McCray running the offense to get into the wing. Murphy sending it over to Upshaw. Murphy ends up with the ball one more time. Good man-to-man defense we're seeing right here from Portage. They talked about it in the senior ceremonies that this is one of the better defensive classes that they have seen. The fans are appreciating the effort they're seeing from the team in white. They get it into the corner. Here's a 3 from Cowgill, and Cowgill hits it off the left iron. Good defensive effort by Portage. Deep 3 by Wellman. No. And his brother tried to get the rebound, but instead Murphy muscles it away. Flashing into the lane. There's a beautiful pass and a beautiful setup as Upshaw was left wide open, and after a tough contest, still gets 2.
Yeah, way to go to the rim, strong, square the shoulders up with the backboard, and finish the job.
Garrett Clark, a commit to Air Force at the top of the key. Wellman sending it over to his left. They get it down low. Wellman in the post, almost being triple teamed. High arcing shot, and it's off to the left. Michigan City trying to run it down the floor, the type of offense that they like. Murphy, Cowgill, back to Cowgill. Here comes the attack. Smoot to Murphy, who's in the corner. Murphy dribbles himself into a double team. Nice pass, and a beautiful left hand by Keegan Cowgill.
Michigan City doing a great job early, going downhill, getting to the rim.
I have to say, Anthony Murphy, we were talking about his scoring ability and his ability to pull down rebounds, but early on he has 2 assists to set the last couple of buckets for Michigan City.
Yeah, and he's doing a really good job helping facilitate the offense, to your point, and so it'll be interesting. I'm sure that adjustment, coach is going to make a defensive adjustment as we see Michigan City is just slicing and dicing through that defense.
Yeah, look at the numbers. Michigan City does average just around 14 assists a game. So the one thing they talked about with the new head coach in Larry Upshaw, who came over after he coached Gary 21st Century Charter to 2 regional titles in 3 years, he says, we want to put our foot on the gas pedal, get out into an open floor, so you can create that separation, get a mismatch. And Anthony Murphy, he's taking advantage of the mismatches early on, getting 2 assists.
Yes, he is. He really is.
It's been a 4-0 run for Michigan City against the Portage Indians. But a timeout was called by Portage as they tried to get back in it.
Michigan City showing a little bit of trap defense here.
And I believe it was called 3 seconds in the lane on Latrell Harbin. And Coach Klaus, in his 4th year with this team, a 57-31 overall record. Not very happy what he saw from Harbin. So we see Michigan City play unselfish basketball, and good contest on the shot is cleaned up. Shot is blocked by Wellman. Wellman 3rd all-time in blocks in Portage High School history, and he gets 1 more right there. Ball goes out of bounds. He'll stay with the Indians. And Amari Evans will run the point here. You see that block one more time?
Yeah.
Clark feeds it to Wellman, and Wellman loses it, and he's still on the ground. Numbers for Michigan City. It's 5-on-4. Murphy crossover. Here comes McCray down the lane. McCray with a strong take and another deuce as it's turned to a 6-0 run for the Wolves.
They are attacking the rim at will right now.
Sam Wellman from Michael Wellman. Wellman trying to feed his big man down low, and they're going to call a hold on Michigan City.
as you guys can see right there, they sent the double team to him down in the post. So I can imagine that'll be their battle for Harbin, is just sitting that double team, making him uncomfortable in the lane.
That was on Van Buren, who just came into the game. Clark, one of the better shooters on this team, shooting 33% from the arc. Gotta be careful. Michael Wellman pulls the trigger, and his shot is off to the left. Then a drought for Portage. They have yet to make a field goal in this game. Both their points came from free throws from Latrell Harbin after he pulled down 3 straight rebounds. Van Buren, mid-range jumper. It's off. Ball goes out, and they're going to say it belongs to Michigan City. Last off, Omari Evans.
Yep. And as you see, Coach Cloud's going to make an adjustment here. It's kind of hard to have Harbin on the floor when Michigan City is showing 5 guards. So they're going to put a smaller guy out there in hopes that that'll help them on defense.
Yeah, taking out Latrell Harbin for Caleb Hacker, who's 6'4", but he does play center and power forward, and one of the many seniors. Nick Stewart running point for Michigan City. He just came into the game. Murphy on the wing, and the miscommunication as he throws it over the head of Van Buren and out of bounds. A unforced turnover by Michigan City.
Yep, Michigan City, they had to readjust, and because they're early on, their offense was really focused on trying to attack Harbin or whoever he was guarding, and so that helped them get down the lane. And right there, they had to get some offense going with smaller bodies, quicker bodies.
Yeah, this team is certainly athletic. Seeing them stay with some of the best athletic teams in this part of the state. Michigan City having themselves a great year in their new era. Michael Wellman in the corner. He's committed to go to Grace. Clark catches the pass. That was an aggressive attempt by Smoot to steal the ball away. Clark with a head fake. Clark with a spin, fadeaway, 18-footer, and it's off to the right iron. Murphy gets fed by Nick Stewart. Murphy has facilitated the ball well to start off this game. Continue to be a long drought for Portage offensively. Michigan City trying to hit them with a heavy haymaker early on in the game as they've gone on a 6-0 run. Coach Upshaw calling for a new play. Michigan City, no hurry right now. They're just looking for a good shot. And they're going to call an offensive foul. And the legal screen looks like it's going to be on Upshaw, and it is on Upshaw.
Yeah, I can see it. He wasn't in good position right there. Great call by referee Larry Babcock, which our faithful Region Sports Network listeners would know. He joins us quite often.
Doing a good job so far.
Yeah, one of the best officials in the game.
Haven't heard the Boo Birds yet, so you know he's doing a good job early on in the contest. Got 3 more quarters to go. We're at 2:25 left in the opening quarter. Clark is being harassed as Smoot is all over him. Couple of passes, sets up Evans for 3, and Evans puts it down.
There we go. Got the student section into it, and this is starting to get a little bit of a March feel, too. I meant to say that earlier. It's exciting. This is a great time of year in Indiana high school basketball.
Got the band across from us, the student section, wearing the red and black. That's a long 3, and Nick Stewart sticks it. Nick Stewart coming off the bench, shoots 34% from 3, and he shot that a good 3 or 4 feet from behind the three-point line.
And Nick Stewart has a lot of heart. As the Coach Babcock and Coach Upshaw have a conversation, I think there was a little misunderstanding there.
I believe a foul was called on one of the Michigan City Wolves. It looks like it's on Upshaw. Not sure what happened there. One of those instances where you wish the referees would explain what's happening. So we're not guessing along with the fans who are listening here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. 90 seconds to go. Evans, can he do it again? No. Clark pokes it away. Wellman secures the ball, and Michael Wellman adds 2 more points. His already legendary run here for the Indians.
The Indians waking up here a bit.
Straight away 3, and that goes down. Van Buren pure shot, and a couple of threes made by Michigan City in the last couple of possessions. Evans was wide open underneath the basket. He missed the shot. Clark zipped it to him. He spun around and just didn't put enough on it. Murphy against Clark. Murphy up and under, a scoop shot and an ill-advised shot. And the ball hits off someone's foot, and they're going to say it belongs to Michigan City. They're the Boo Birds.
There are the Boo Birds.
I don't think they liked the call, but I got to appreciate the student section. They are showing out in numbers here on this Friday night.
SAR as we get a 30-second. Crown Point and Portage, or Crown Point and LaPorte playing over in Crown Point tonight. That score is 18-16 at the end of the first quarter. That's going to be a big one, and it will impact at least one of the teams here. So
there's also one more DAC matchup on the Region Sports Network tonight. This one is in Chesterton between the Lake Central Indians and the Chesterton Trojans. Trojans are leading 9-4 with 2.5 minutes to go. We're here in Portage, and I will say one thing. I'm very impressed with Michigan City's set offense early.
Yes, they're doing a great job getting downhill. As we see, they're doing a great job getting downhill, and now they're even knocking down threes. So that was their adjustment after Portage took Harbin out of the game. They started, hey, let's work the ball around, let's get a good shot, and they're starting to do that. They've knocked down a couple threes back-to-back possessions, silencing the Portage crowd for a slight bit, but we'll see how long they can do that.
Zakarian Van Buren scored 21 points against LaPorte. He's the one that hit the most recent three. And they tried to zip it into Van Buren, but Welmo's able to poke it away as Smoot tried to feed the post. And it sounds like the Portage student section is trying to will their team back in after a slow start offensively. They've at least been able to score in their last couple of possessions. Ball into Anthony Murphy. Murphy waiting for the call from Coach Upshaw. Michigan City trying to at least make it a 9-point lead before the end of this opening quarter.
Yep, I would not be surprised if they didn't hold the ball for the last shot here.
Portage can't score if they don't have the basketball. It's as simple as that. As Isaiah Smoot is dribbling out the clock by the half-court line. Sends it to Murphy, the captain. Murphy passes it down low, and it's missed by Van Buren. That shot is from the other side, and there is 7 seconds still left on the clock. It went down the floor, but what happened there? Did someone say their clock was running out, so they just chucked it up?
That's not something you typically see when someone's playing on their home court, so you can't say it was the student section.
A floater, and it will not go down. And Michigan City, with an impressive start, hitting a barrage of threes on Portage, will take the lead going into the second quarter. It's the Wolves 14 and the Indians 7 as you're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
First home, dream home, forever home. Tech Credit Union has the right home loan for you. Their loan officers can help you purchase a home, refinance your current mortgage, or unlock your home's equity to get cash out for any purpose. Let Tech Credit Union show you why they are the better option for a home loan. Learn more at www.techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
Don't forget to visit regionsports.com, Facebook/RegionSportsNation, and Instagram for this week's Powering Indiana Peak Performers presented by NECA, IBEW, Powering Indiana of Lake County. Powering Indiana, the region's most trusted electricians. Intermine with Isaiah Gransberry. Happy to have you on this Friday night. Clark with a head of steam, and Clark's shot gets rejected, but they're going to call a foul, a late call. But Garrett Clark going to set up at the line early, and really seemed like Portage coming out of the blocks was off to a slow start. But after seeing the ball go in a couple of times, they look more comfortable attacking Michigan City.
Yeah, they got their feel down. They started hitting a couple of those layups and then got that big three there from Amari Evans. And that's really the story. I mean, now it's just going to be tightening up on the defensive end. They've cut down on the lane drives. Now they just got to stop the shots. So, simple game of basketball we play here.
Clark goes 2 for 2. He scored 21 against Maryville, going 5 for 6 at the line, the 73% free throw shooter. So look pretty comfortable at that charity stripe as it turns into a 5-point game. Let's see what sort of defensive effort we get from Portage after they allow a lot of dribble drives and then some open looks. 3-point jumper is short.
It's a good look out of Michigan City's horns action they have right there.
Wellman thought about pulling the trigger there, but he's been guarded very tightly. They understand the assignment. Garrett Clark gets fouled one more time. Received the pass, got bumped, and Garrett Clark setting up at the charity stripe for the second time in this quarter.
See that right there? That was a block. It's hard. It's the angle. It's all about the angle and the aggression that looks. That's what the refs look at. So.
What also is important, too, is now you've picked up 2 fouls on Michigan City to start off this quarter. So not only are you attacking them and getting to the line and getting free points, but also you're getting them into foul trouble a little bit.
It'll be interesting, and it looks like Upshaw's going to keep them out there and just let them play tough with that, too.
They pinned that foul on Terrence McCray. That was his first, the team's second, as we're not even a minute into this fresh quarter.
Portage taking advantage of that free throw line tonight.
Nick Stewart picks up his dribble. They send the ball over to the wing. 14-11. Michigan State trying to get on the board for the first time in this second quarter. Murphy had a good first quarter. Scored a bucket, had a couple of assists. Really got his team going to start off this DAC matchup. Murphy against Clark. Murphy trying to penetrate the lane, but help to pass it back out to McCray. McCray bounce pass down low. Van Buren back out. 3-point on its way from Upshaw, and Upshaw puts it down. Good ball movement there for Michigan City to set up the 3 by Upshaw.
That is a confident shot from a kid who lives in the gym.
They say he's got to work extra hard because of his dad being the coach. He wants to prove that it's off his skill and merit. Catch and release. Wellman shots off. And crashing the boards is Garrett Clark, as he's showing a lot of tenacity to start off this second quarter, getting physical down low.
Yeah, that was an aggressive board right there. And as we see Upshaw's 3, he just confidence right there. Confidence and a little too much space by Portage.
The old saying, he's got to go in to be able to kick it back out and nail down some threes. And Upshaw, he's at a 6-point game. They're trying to add on to it here. And after they were able to get a missed 3 from Michael Wellman. Anthony Murphy's been all over the place early. He gets a screen going to his left, going to the chest of Garrett Clark, gets him up in the air. Mid-range jumper is off the back iron. Couple of hands fighting for the basketball, but ends up in the hands of Portage. Here comes Bryce Kobe, the freshman. Ends out back up top to Garrett Clark. Here's a 3. Kobe! And it rattles out. That's a tough break for Bryce Kobe. Confident release. It looked good out of the hand, just didn't have the right spin on it.
Got some changes coming in for Portage right now. Got the big man and Amari Evans coming back in, and Matrell Harvin, the big man, coming in as well.
Matrell Harvin, 6'10", started the game, pulling down 3 straight offensive rebounds, and then ended up getting hit on the arm and then went to the line. He's over by the 3-point line, pulling the trigger, and the bank is not open for Isaiah Smoot. Oof.
Yeah, it looked like he had to change the trajectory on this shot to shoot over Harbin right there.
Clark gets a screen from Harbin. Crossover from the elbow. No. And Harbin steals it away. Goes into the chest. Can't get it to go down. Rebound. Tossed up. Kobe. The bump and the bucket. That kid's a freshman.
Yes. showing a little bit of what the Wellman showed when they were freshmen. Harbin with the steal, and then finishing it off. Bryce Kobe.
I'll say one thing. If the basketball game does not work out for Matrell Harbin, he could go into professional wrestling because he wrestled that one away.
Oh, yeah.
And Kobe converts the and one. A big play as Portage has cut the Michigan City lead in half to 3.
It'd be interesting to see Harbin go toe-to-toe with the Big Show and the Undertaker in a triple threat match.
Smoot with nothing but nets. Missed badly on the last possession. Gets the 3 points right back after Bryce Kobe's and one. Harbin setting a couple of screens for everyone. Skip pass to Wellman. Wellman to Evans. Evans trying to get it to Kobe. It's stolen away. Here comes Anthony Murphy. And he makes a nice head fake. Gets an easy 2 points. And those are some of the best hands in the business.
That's a next level play right there. To get the fast break steal. Know that you can outrun those guys for sure. But
he's going to try a 3. No. Off to the right. A lot of bodies down low, and Wellman's going to dribble it out. Clark at the top of the key by the volleyball line. Evans to Harbin. Harbin in the post, and he's going to get grabbed on the arm by Terrence McCray. That's going to be McCray's second foul.
Going back to that last fast break play, though, when Murphy got that steal, that's a next level play right there. To be able to control the pace on a fast break is just something you really don't see at the high school level. And then get the nice finish, nice smooth finish with the slow 2-step.
Right there are some of the best hands in the business, just like the Bricklayers Local 4 Indiana, Kentucky. Join Bricklayers Local 4 and start building your career today. Visit baclocal4.org to find out more. And some aggressive steal attempts as Michigan City been trying to jump into the passing lanes and ends up leading to a foul.
Yep. Definitely a little aggression right there. Michigan City's been doing they did a pretty decent job in the first quarter, not being overly aggressive.
Right.
And so it's surprising to see them picking up the pressure this quarter. I think that's also helped Portage stick around in this game.
The foul's called on Lemons. Now it's the 5th foul, so 3.5 minutes to go in this first half. And Portage is going to be in the bonus for the rest of the way. 22-16. Michigan City's been knocking down the 3 ball pretty easily in this first half. They're going to try their luck again. Can they do it? Yes, they can! Lemons hit everything before the ball finally went down. 25-16. It's a 9-point lead for Michigan City.
The bank is open on a Friday night.
Wellman left unattended. Mid-range jumper, and it's off by Harbin. He was wide open. They said take that, and he couldn't convert on the open look. Under 3 minutes to go. Can Michigan City make it another 3? They've been living behind the arc this entire second quarter. That's been paying dividends for them. Smoot, he hit a 3 earlier. Now to Murphy. Murphy, one of the senior captains on this team. He's had a great senior year. Smoot ends up with the ball, and that was lucky. He almost got away as Van Buren didn't know it was coming to him. Smoot with a mid-range jumper, and that's 2 more for Isaiah Smoot. 27-16, a double-digit lead, and Portage is shell-shocked at the moment.
Great jump stop to finish the basket right there by Isaiah Smoot.
Kobe to Wellman, to Harbin. Harbin looking for somewhere to go. They're going to invite him to shoot it one more time, and Harbin has gone 0 for 3 with jumpers. Long pass, tipped away, body's hitting the ground. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Michigan City as Amari Evans and Nick Stewart collide, going for the loose ball. You watch the replay right here.
Yep, that's some good hustle on the floor right there. Michigan City might have gotten away with the foul.
I believe you call that a burnout. Not a hustle early on. These two teams desperately want the win on this Friday night. Go into the weekend with a lot of momentum. Van Buren going up against Wellman, and he gets a lucky roll.
That's some physical play down there in the paint to extend the lead to 13 here in the second quarter.
Wellman sending it over to Clark. Clark going to the right hand. Nice pass over to Evans. Evan misses the shot. Evan pulls down the rebound. Kobe from downtown, and it goes down. 29-19. Bryce Kobe, the freshman, shooting 38% from behind the arc, and you can hear from the fans, he's a freshman. Might be the next great scorer in Portage history to go along with Michael Wellman, who's guarding Anthony Murphy. Under a minute to go in the first half.
Yeah, just seeing his game so far, it's just so funny. He reminds me of, really shows a little bit of Garrett Clark and the Wellman brothers, all three of them in one, and when they were freshmen.
Wellman too aggressive. Hits Anthony Murphy on the arm, and that's going to be the first foul on Portage in this second quarter, and the first on Michael Wellman. Michael Wellman having an awfully quiet first half against Michigan City. They're going to need him to step up in the second half once we get there. 38 seconds. Clark trying to get it from Murphy this time. Murphy going up against Clark. It's been a tough matchup for these two. Going into his bag as Murphy saw no sort of separation, passes it around. It's up on the other side. Now to Nick Stewart. Stewart spinning. Stewart trying to find somewhere to go. He sends it to the corner. Three on its way, and why not? Lemons with his second three. A 13-point lead, the largest for Michigan City. Evans gets a man to fall down. He broke some ankles. Wellman three. Good! That's certainly a fun way to close out the first half as some ankles got snatched, and Michael Wellman drilled it.
You know we got to see that replay. Amari Evans showing a little Allen Iverson with the number 3, and then we got Wellman knocking it down, giving his best J.J. Redick impression. That's awesome.
Well, we've played through 2 quarters. It's now halftime from Portage High School. We're going to have an interview with the IHSAA commissioner in the commissioner's corner with Paul Neidick, as this is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Commissioner, on behalf of Greg Rickstraw and myself, thank you so much for the hospitality and efforts of your staff and everybody involved on what we thought was another successful pairing show for the girls' basketball tournament.
I thought it was a great show, Coach, and I took the talent level down a little bit in the beginning of that show, but it was picked up from there. And, I tell you what people don't understand. I just saw some numbers this morning, and we had 6,500 unique viewers watch that show this past weekend. The watch parties throughout the state with their teams, and it's incredible that there's that much interest in these draw shows and how each team is going to fare with the drawing and their tournament moving forward.
I think that the pairing shows are have become over the years, and especially now, an integral part of the tournament. You can't separate the tournament out. You can't just focus on sectionals or what have you, or pairings. It's all together. The entire thing together makes it a unique experience, unlike what other states do.
That's exactly right, Coach. And it does make, it's live. And, then 2 years ago we added in the aspect when we move towards the semi-state round of the tournament, we have that secondary draw show to where we draw those matchups here in the office on a Sunday. And so it just adds a little bit more to the entire production of walking these teams to a state championship.
Well, I think it's cool. I mean, the watch parties have started to take on a life of their own, and it's pretty neat to see young ladies and their teammates and their coaches and everybody involved get one of those bonding experiences. And you and I talk about it all the time on this particular show. These are lifetime memories. You and I can appreciate them, being where we are in our lives. These young ladies, we tell them they're going to be able to appreciate it, and at some point they will, thinking back to how much fun they had in that year, that week, getting prepared for the sectional, your watch party, other things you're going to do with your team, and you'll remember those for the rest of your life.
No, you will. And there's just so many more things. The regular season is kind of what it is. I mean, there's certainly things that teams do to prepare and everything else. But then as you walk into the tournament time, it's just a little extra special when it comes to preparation. It comes, communities become more and more involved. You have more team dinners, and one of my favorite things was always to bring a coach in or a former player in that could talk about what they were about to go through and the memories they were going to create as we prepare for tournaments.
We've already started our winter season. Saturday, you have wrestling. The boys' wrestling gets started on Saturday. Girls' basketball, obviously, next Tuesday for the sectional. Swimming and diving next Thursday. This starts the heavy competitive season throughout the winter coming up soon.
It does. And, staff is in there. We had a meeting this morning in the office and looking over some final tournament preparations. And, Assistant Commissioner Falcons runs our wrestling tournament, and Carrie Rosati runs our swimming tournament, and Jane Schott, newest assistant commissioner, runs our girls basketball, and they are well underway to operate their tournament. And what people don't think about, we just don't show up and turn the lights on and go play a game. I mean, they've been working hard on the matchups and the signing officials and the logistics around all those things. It's a total team effort here to be able to put these tournaments on. I'm so proud of the work that our staff takes pride in, so it's a great experience for our student athletes.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA. It's Paul Neidig. Commissioner, thanks for your time. I look forward to our conversation next week.
Thanks, Coach, and always a pleasure to have our conversations on a weekly basis.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Andrew Mile with Isaiah Granberry here on the Regent Sports Network. As you're tuning in to Portage High School, the Michigan City Wolves have a 32-22 lead. And Isaiah, a simple question coming your way. How did they build this lead in that first half?
Michigan City built this lead with patience. And so on the offensive end, when traditionally they are the type of team that runs up and down the floor, averaging 65 points a game, which they're still on pace for. But today's game, it started off running, half-court sets, getting downhill, slashing the defense, and then you saw a little bit of three-point barrage from them where they knocked down 3 3-pointers as they've been shooting only 28% from three-point on the year, and unofficially, I would say they shot about 45% in that first half.
Some impressive shots being made by Isaiah Smoot. He was really the person to talk about in that first half. We'll go over to the Portage side. Of course, it's senior night. You have a lot of fans here wearing the red and black, and got off to a slow start. You were able to land some of your own punches. Michigan State was able to counter a lot. What does Portage need to do in this second half to get back in it and walk away with the win on their senior night with one of the best classes in Portage high school history?
Portage, to be able to come back into this game, they're going to have to get downhill, be more aggressive on offense, and continue to just allow the game to come to them naturally. And so, they knocked down their free throws, which was good. They got a couple big threes, including the last one where Amari Evans broke the guy's ankle, or theoretically broke the guy's ankles, not really. And then shot the three-point basket by Wellman. That type of stuff is going to need to occur at a more frequent rate in this third quarter if they want to have a chance at this game.
Now, the one thing I want to see more is Michael Wellman get more touches. It felt like he was getting denied, and when he did catch the ball, he wasn't put into a spot where he could succeed. He was running right into the chest of two different defenders coming over, which means someone's open. So hopefully they can get Michael Wellman down in the post where it's one-on-one and he just square up and bank it in. But we have another game going on tonight. It's LC and Chesterton. That's also on the Region Sports Network. And then Crown Point's at home against LaPorte. And you got to remember, Portage and Crown Point, they lead this conference right now. They're facing each other next week. And if both teams win, they'd be undefeated in conference play. Crown Point's got the lead. Portage, they're down 10.
Yep, and Crown Point, they're up big. So you could probably imagine them putting LaPorte away. They're up 44-29 at the half, and so it'll be interesting. But either way, you got, after a big win like that, and depending on the outcome of this game, it really will impact next week's game. And it's going to be a fun one. I'm sure there's not going to be too many open seats at that one.
Another thing to watch out for is Portage 5-0 at home. Quick three as the trigger is pulled, and Keegan Calgill gets nothing but net. What a start.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the third quarter right there. Shooting over 6'10" guy.
Wellman hit the three to close out the first half as Amari Evans, who just received the ball, broke some ankles, dished it over to him, and Wellman, he was able to put it through with no problem at all. Wellman, he's going to shoot from the corner. It's his brother, and Sam Wellman is off. The Wellman twins had themselves a nice career here at Portage, trying to help them win their first sectional championship in 24 years. Calgill goes by the free throw line, dishes off. Nice attack by Smoot. Smoot tosses it up. That's actually McCray, correction. And he's going to go to the line as he gets bumped by Harbin.
Bumped, yeah. I wouldn't want to get bumped by that guy.
No. As we mentioned in the first half, he could be a professional wrestler.
Yes, he could be.
Right there, they were able to move him up and get him in a bad spot where McCray caught that pass, went right around him, so he had no choice but to foul him and make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Exactly, and that's exactly what they did to start the game as well. They looked for whoever he was guarding. Having a smaller lineup is kind of tough for them, but they looked for whoever he was guarding and then attacked him. And if they didn't attack him directly, they would get somebody on a screen or a handoff and then attack him off the dribble. And so can't imagine them going too far away from that.
Going 0 for 2 is McCray, but an offensive rebound by Murphy. Hustled over to get that ball. Smoot had his pass tipped, and it'll go out of bounds. And that's one thing I heard you mention a few times is that Michigan City has a smaller team, but they're more athletic. They're using their skills to their advantage, and I feel like that's a modern-day basketball. It's more guard-heavy than it was center-heavy back in the 70s and 80s.
Yes, it is, and it's the new way. I mean, you got guys 6'5" and above taking up the ball. You know, we talked about Portage. They have a guy on, 21st Century, I believe, had a guy on JV that bringing the ball up at like 6'10" the other day. So it's pretty unique to see. I don't see us going too far away from that. As the game of basketball, you need to be well-rounded.
Clark fouls Murphy, and Murphy will get to go to the line. The second trip already for Michigan City in this second half, and it goes down easy. And I think the three-point ball has been the great equalizer in modern-day basketball. So you can think Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors in the 2010s. Around the game is played nowadays.
Yep, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. I mean, Kevin Durant definitely changed the standard for big men. And so,
I mean, you have centers at 6'8", 6'9", hoisting up threes. I mean, Zach Edey, who's over 7 feet, is shooting threes for the Memphis Grizzlies now. Yeah. Everyone's got to learn how to shoot.
Yes.
Space over on the floor, and Clark, a couple of screens there.
Hope to see Portage get some more ball movement on offense this half.
See Wellman go to the other side, receive the pass. Wellman to Clark, back to Wellman. Wellman for three. It's short. Rebound by Upshaw. 15-point lead for Michigan City. Then a frustrating day for Portage offensively, and then the threes, and that made it easier. But there's some good hands by Wellman. He pokes it away. Sam Wellman averaging just under a steal a game. Clark sees the lane. He gets closed off as McCray was able to recover. Evans trying to find some space. Evans going to his right. Clark not going to take the three there. He says he's going to spin, and some footwork there, and they're going to call a foul on Anthony Murphy. And Garrett Clark, who went to the line a few times in the second quarter, is going to go back here about midway through the third.
Well, as Clark goes to the line, I have to take note that Crown Point is now up 52 to 29. So LaPorte has not scored in the second half yet over there. So Crown Point looks like they're trying to keep on moving.
I will say the one thing I liked about that take from Garrett Clark is he had an open three, but he didn't settle for it. He instead took it into the lane, knew he was going to get fouled. He did, and he's going to go back to the charity stripe, which he went 4 for 4 in that second quarter, and now he's 5 for 5 overall in the game.
Yep, and that's been one consistent thing for Portage tonight is they've been able to get to the line and knock down those free throws. Hopefully they bait Michigan City into some more fouls so they could have a better opportunity to do so.
Looks like Portage is moving up their defense and really making it tough for Michigan City. Risky pass, but Anthony Murphy receives it. They are just trying to trap one of these Wolves, and finally the ball is deflected away by Sam Wellman, who had a steal in the last possession by Michigan City. Student section's just waiting for their team to get back in it. And Portage, they have the capability to go on a big run. They have the defense to allow them to steal the ball away and run down the floor, get some easy buckets to begin to the charity stripe. But what they need to do is limit the threes from Michigan City. They have knocked down a bunch to build this 13-point lead. They feed it down low, and Van Buren soars into the air, deflects it off the window, and he gets a deuce here in the second half. Clark going to the right, spinning, losing his footing for a moment, able to regain it. Wellman gets a screen, runs into the chest of Cowgill, and Cowgill commits the foul. And Wellman fell down hard. He is still on the floor. Getting helped up by his teammates. And Wellman nursing one of his legs.
That was a hard take right there.
And a hard bump. Hit that hardwood hard. But Wellman, one of the tougher kids you're going to find in the region. He's been getting hit and slapped and scratched his entire career. He's one of those guys that's going to battle down low. I mean, one of the better rebounders in Portage High School history. He scores a lot of points. And his first free throw rattles out. He's still battling that injury that he sustained on this play. He shot that free throw, walked around. Loma goes 0 for 2. Uncharacteristic trip to the line from Michael Wellman. Michigan City, bad pass, gets away. Murphy regains on the save, and Murphy splits the defense and gets 2 more points. What a play by Michigan City. They have built a 17-point advantage.
He is balling tonight.
He is awoken. Amari Evans dished the ball away, but they're going to call a hold on one of the Michigan City Wolves, and they say Nick Stewart. See that save one more time in the bucket by Murphy.
Yeah, that was a good take. Great body control in the lane, and even better finish.
Clark's going to inbound it, waiting for someone to get open. Evans to Kobe. Kobe from the wing, and Kobe's having himself a night to remember. He hits another 3. We need a couple more of those, get back in it. And Murphy got himself in the air. He was able to bounce it down low, and Caleb Hacker does indeed hack Van Buren. And that's not what Portage was looking for after they got a big 3 from their freshman.
Well, Zach Van Buren, 6'4" junior.
Shoots 57% from the line. Hits the front end of these 2 free throws. 3 double-doubles this year. And we're witnessing just how physical he is down low. He's 6'4", but he's not a broad 6'4", but he's still strong.
Yeah, he's more of like a wide receiver type 6'4". Yeah. And so it's pretty impressive to see him bang down in the post.
He was able to bail out Anthony Murphy, who was in the air. He was in a tough spot. He just said, I'm just going to bounce it, and hopefully Van Buren can get it. To carry on, Van Buren goes 2 for 2 at the line. Kobe has the ball stripped away. Nick Stewart running down the floor, and his pass is deflected off by Terrence McCray. Amari Evans ends up with the basketball. He's running down the floor. He sidestepped the defender, and they're going to call a foul down on the block. No shot, no and one play coming for Portage, and there's a player on the other side that is in a lot of pain. That is Sam Wellman, as he was grabbing at his face, and the trainer for Portage has vacated the bench and ran to the other side of the floor from us. Can we see what maybe happened to Wellman and why he's in a great deal of discomfort? That's Sam Wellman. We saw Michael Wellman already take a bump earlier. Let's see that play again. Did you see anything? I think right there.
Might have gotten
on the right
hit
side
in the
of
face.
your screen, yeah. Went for that basketball, and someone got him. Wellman's going to head out of the game for the moment. 3:47 to go as we have a injury timeout. Kobe had the ball stolen away from him the last time by Nick Stewart. Clark with a shake and bake picks up the dribble. Wellman thought about taking it, goes to his right. Clark catches. Clark releases, and no friendly roll. Wellman back for the rebound. He got it. Throws off the glass. Can't get it. Throws off the glass one more time. And Wellman with a lot of hustle there, clearing a couple of offensive rebounds, and he's going to get a chance to get 2 points at the line.
They are battling tonight. Portage is putting a lot of effort into there. I mean, really all they're doing, as we see LC and Chesterton tied at 29 midway through the third quarter.
Chesterton had a chance to upset Crown Point at home, but Crown Point was able to escape by the skin of their teeth, winning by just 1. Wellman goes 1 for 2.
And this is actually an interesting game because Michigan City, theoretically, with a win tonight, if they can hold on, would still be in, the conference championship chase as long as somebody could pick off Crown Point.
They'd be in second place with a bunch of other one-loss teams in this conference. Portage gets a steal. Evans up in the air. He gets rejected. Access denied. Clark has the ball. Clark, floater. No. Battle for the rebound. And Hacker is going to tie up the basketball with Terrence McCray. And it's going to belong to Portage.
Man, let's look at that block again. He rose up, head at the backboard and everything.
Man.
Wow. That's some power on the block.
Wellman didn't know that pass was coming. Almost got away from him. Bryce Kobe. Hacker to Clark. And Clark with a tough take to the rim. 13-point game. Murphy going all the way down the floor. And a foul on Hacker. And really, that's not a bad foul, as you have one of the best scorers in the DAC, Anthony Murphy, to get within 10 feet of the basket. So might as well take the foul and have Michigan City inbound it. But that was the last foul to give for Portage in this third quarter with just under 3 minutes to go. It's the Region Sports Network, the only game in town, and we're going to have a 30-second timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
You're watching Game Night in the Region on the internet at facebook.com/Region Sports, Instagram at Region Sports Network, youtube.com/Region Sports, and regionsports.com. Andrew Mile and Isaiah Cransberry. 2:47 to go. Michigan City inbounding the ball. And it's a bad pass over the head of Cowgill. Numbers, 3-on-1. Alley-oop pass, throw it down!
That'll wake this crowd up.
Michael Wellman receives the pass from Clark and punishes the rim.
Oh, yeah.
Three ball on its way. Cannot respond. Wellman soars to the top shelf to get the rebound. Using that leaping ability to get 2 points and that rebound. The crowd trying to see if Portage can cut it within single digits. Clark receives the pass. Clark going to go back to the line. Here come the Indians.
Man, oh man, that was one heck of a fast break. As you see the convoy heading downtown and the jam all the way from the 219. Wow, that is awesome. It reminds me of the video of the Portage basketball team actually going viral with the off the backboard. You know, I saw it all over the internet over the last week when they played Maryville. Wellman to Wellman, slam dunk jam.
I will say one thing. It's amazing to me just how athletic high school basketball players are getting. And I'm not sure if it's this part of the state or if it's nationwide, but we have seen some athletes turn out of the region, especially in boys basketball. Double team coming. Murphy to the other side. Back to Murphy. Murphy sees a lane. Get it out. Here's a three from Stewart. Stewart off. Murphy grabs the ball and was able to spin it off the glass. Never leaving the air. Caught the rebound and tossed it up all in one singular motion. Back to an 11-point game. Wellman against Murphy. Bodies hitting the ground. And an offensive foul going to be called. And these students do not appreciate the call. Could have went either way. But Isaiah, that one was really close. Let's watch that replay.
That was really close. But I understand leaning the shoulder in is where the ref saw it. And it's another game of angles. It's a game of angles. And that was the angle the ref had right there.
Wiping the sweat off the floor for a moment as a couple of bodies ended up on the hardwood. Michael Wellman getting called for his second foul. 1:46 in this third quarter. Does Portage have it in them to get one more stop and try to get one more bucket? That's a risky pass, and Hacker was able to knock it away, looking like a free safety.
Murphy telling his team, settle down. We don't have to go for the home run. We're up 11.
Well, we've seen Coach Klaus extend this defense up to put more pressure on Michigan City to make these long passes. It's amazing to me how some of them haven't been intercepted yet. Skip pass, catch and release, good! Lemons with a trifecta. Pull-up three. Amari Evans says, whatever you can do, I can do better. He responds. An exciting couple of minutes here, and a foul on Portage. That's going to send one of the Michigan City Wolves to the line. I believe it's Isaiah Smoot. Who's at transition three from Amari Evans, looking like Steph Curry.
Yeah, that was a good three right there. Amari Evans had the honor of watching that guy grow up as well through a couple travel basketball programs. Great young guy.
First free throw is off. If you couldn't tell from the screaming Portage fans off to our right, the foul called on Bryce Kobe. 1 for 2 goes Smoot. And there's a foul on Lemons, trying to get it away from Wellman. So the ball's going to be sent to the other side of the floor. Now it's Portage's turn to shoot a couple of free throws.
Yep, and that's with the new rule of high school basketball of you shoot at 5 now.
And it's a double bonus.
Yep, double bonus.
1 and 1.
No 1 and 1. So that, it was very controversial heading into the season, but it seems like a lot of teams are settling into it.
There's a couple of guys out there that played before that probably thinking, I would have loved to have that second free throw. Maybe missing that first one and didn't get a chance to make an adjustment.
Right.
Wellman goes 2 for 2. 49-39. Portage has a lot of momentum right now. Michigan City's been able to save them off. Lemons, why not? Can't make it.
Another offensive rebound from Michigan City.
Murphy, some fancy footwork, gets to the cup, can't get it to go, but Van Buren soars into the air, and he gets 2 points and an offensive board. Both teams crashing the glass offensively tonight. You got to love the effort. Evans picks up the dribble. Finally finds Clark. He's over by the wing. Spin move, loses the ball. Toby going with the left hand. Back to Clark. 25 seconds. Wellman clearing the area, trying to get some separation. Spoon move, back out. Clark's not about taking it. Looks like Portage might just hold on to it for one more shot to close out the third quarter. Hacker and Clark play catch. Wellman, 9 seconds. Trying to set up somebody. Clark on the wing, goes with the left hand, pulls up from the free throw line. It's a 15-footer, no good. Wellman tries to tip it back in, he can't. Hacker tries his luck, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Michigan City. What a thrilling third quarter that we saw between the Indians and the Wolves. And we get one more quarter of regulation. Wolves lead it 51-39. You don't want to miss this fourth quarter that is coming up here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika Contractors and Electrical Workers of Local 531.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. Crown Company's the Business Professionals. We also have the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. And the Proud Union Home Play of the game, presented by Iron Workers Local 395. Iron Workers Local 395. Go to ironworkers395.com to start your future as a union iron worker. Portage with an early steal. Evans dishes it off. Shot is up, and shot is good. 10-point game as Wellman caught that pass from Evans in stride. Lemons, corner three with his foot on the line. No, they're going to say that's a three. And a Timeout was called. Was that a 3 or a 2? It was hard to tell. Can we get a replay of that last 3, Justin? I thought maybe that right foot was on the line.
Oh, no. Yeah,
it was clean. It was clean. So timeout called by Portage after the transition 3. We will take a quick break here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We are back live on the Region Sports Network, and Sam Wellman, one of the 5 starters for Portage, is still out of the game. He's sitting on the far end of this bench closest to us, still dealing with an eye injury as he was poked as Portage had stolen the ball away. So Coach Klaus took the timeout. Let's see how his team responds after a transition 3. Wellman from the corner. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Michael Wellman, he is red hot.
That's a big-time play right there from the senior. Now they just need to stop.
Portage harassing Michigan City's offense. They're just playing 4 corners to trying to keep away as they know that Portage's been red hot offensively. They don't want them to get any more shots. Smoot over to Murphy, and it's a charge called. Murphy spun around, went right into Omari Evans, and an offensive foul. Let's see that play again.
That's a great charge right there. I wonder if he took, he just took a blow. Just need a second, knock a little bit of breath out of him. Trainer does not come on the floor, so he does not have to come off.
When you were playing basketball at Hobart, did your coach ever get extra pumped up whenever you guys took a charge?
Yeah, that was one of the things that they got excited about a lot at Hobart, and so it's interesting. I mean, even at the college level, you see those type of plays, the energy that it brings, it's almost as energetic as a slam dunk in some situations.
Saw last night where East Chicago lost because of the late charge call on Dominic Murphy. Kobe flashes into the lane. Clark is getting pushed out by some tough defense by Terrence McCray. Evans thought about taking it. Here's a 3. Kobe cannot miss from downtown.
That is a big-time three-point basket by the freshman.
And a steal. Here comes Clark. Clark off the backboard, and it goes in. This gym has erupted. The Indians faithful is getting their team back in it. A 5-point game.
Got fans standing on their feet now.
Smoot going to his left. Smoot on the block. Dishes it back out. Lemons. Back to Murphy. Murphy, wing 3. Can't respond. Rebound by Garrett Clark. They can do no wrong right now. Clark calling the play. Evans. Kobe. Back to Clark. Clark trying to find somewhere to go. Gets it down low. Wellman cutting baseline. And a foul is going to be called on Isaiah Smoot.
Let's look at that again, man. This ball movement. That's some good ball movement. A confident shot by the freshman. I mean, he was playing 8th grade basketball last year, and now he's making big shots at the varsity level. That's impressive.
Number 0 is Carter Kobe. So a couple more twins on this team, Carter and Bryce Kobe. It's been Bryce Kobe playing a lot of the minutes. Carter coming in for Wellman, and here comes Kobe. Can't get it go off the glass. Evans gets the rebound as it gets tipped back out. 5.5 minutes. Wellman going to Murphy. Back out. Evans with a nice catch. Floater from 10 feet. It goes down. It's a 3-point game. What a run by Portage. And Wellman wants to hear from his hometown crowd. The crowd tells a better story than I can at the moment. An intentional foul. Evans got over there and took the intentional foul as Van Buren was left unattended down low. This might be the loudest gym I have been in all season long.
Yeah, it's impressive, and we mentioned it earlier. We got the March Fields here as you saw the drive, and Amari Evans coming in clutch, the senior with a big-time floater.
Tough free throws coming up by Van Buren. It's nothing but net on the first one. And timeout called by Portage. We are going to take a break ourselves as you're tuning into the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
We're back live here on the Region Sports Network, but something I want to point out to you, Isaiah, and to the fans. Number 14, that is Sam Wellman, one of the seniors on this team. It's his senior night. He got poked in the eye late in the third quarter, and he had not been able to return. You see him still holding that towel over his right eye at the back left of the huddle. And I got to ask you, how crucial is that Wellman can't continue?
It's crucial, but this is the type of situation, you know, as a coach, you kind of want your team to be in. This is adversity. And so how is Carter going to respond? Carter Kobe going to respond? The sophomore who probably hasn't even gotten a lot of minutes. I mean, he wasn't on the 9 deep that we received. And so it's this is going to be impressive to see how he performs down the stretch in a big, crucial Duneland game.
Carter Kobe has played in 12 out of the 15 games this year, averaging 2.6 points. The second free throw is getting lined up by Van Buren, and coach's timeout could not ice him. 2 for 2, back to a 2-possession game. Portage has the momentum at the moment. They're trying to take the lead, and indeed, Michael Wellman's right foot was out of bounds. It stood there for a moment, and the referee had no choice but to call it. That's a tough turnover for Portage. Murphy with a head of steam, floats it up, no! Battle for the rebound. It's secured by Portage, but they throw it back to Michigan City, and it finds its way back to Kobe. Evans dribbling around some defenders. Sees an open lane. Floater over the big man, and it's off the front iron.
It's going to be a couple big stops and possessions for Portage here.
McRae, here's a corner three from Murphy. That's a big three for Michigan City.
Love the composure they've kept throughout this run that Portage has went on. You haven't seen Michigan City flinch once. You know, that's the confidence that Coach Boyd has in his team, and they're displaying it all over the court.
They zip it down low. Evans gets hit, and Evans gets the bucket and one. And Michigan City, they are pleading with the referees that there was no foul.
That was a big boy play right there. Getting the contact and going in. As we see another unfamiliar face come in late in this game. I think this is good. I love it. You know, right before March, get some guys some experience.
Free throw is missed. Ball being tipped around. Wellman has it. Wellman gets rejected. And the ball was out of bounds. It belonged to the Indians.
Some guys some experience in the game, and unfortunately we'll try to get a name, but we do not have a name for number 13 that just subbed in.
Clark to Kobe, back out to Clark. 3:45 to go. The fresh face receives the ball. Wellman gets a screen. Wellman squares up, and his three is too long. Wellman tried to give the ball away from Murphy. Murphy with a no-look pass, and Van Buren lost it. It's going to roll out of bounds, a turnover on Michigan City. Murphy, beautiful no-look, had Van Buren wide open. Van Buren was just too open, wanted to catch and shoot all at once, right off the hands, and he's going to be thinking about that one tonight. Kobe receives the pass at the center of the key. Clark with the left hand. He penetrates. Clark, left hand, can't get it to spin in. Hits off the side iron. And McCray had to pick up his dribble. Murphy behind the back. He's at the free throw line. Lost his footing. Was able to get it away. Back to McCray. Under 3 minutes, 6-point game. Murphy's in a tough place right now. And a strip! Kobe! Clark! And Clark with a layup! He looked like he's going to dunk it. Went with a George Gerving finger roll. 4-point game.
Yep. Smart decision. Your legs are tired. Make the smart decision.
McCray being double teamed. And I believe his coach bailed him out with the timeout. That's exactly what happened. 2.5 minutes to go. Share this feed. We're going to watch that play.
I love it. Steal and convoy out. Portage with a tough basket at the rim.
And Kobe getting that steal is why those are some of the best hands in the business, just like the Bricklayers Local for Indiana, Kentucky. At BAC Local for Indiana, Kentucky, you'll develop skills that will last a lifetime. For more info, visit baclocal4.org. We'll step aside for a quick break as you're watching the Reed Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
If you wanted a fun and exciting game that went down to the wire, you're tuning into the right broadcast. This is the Region Sports Network. Andrew Miles with Isaiah Gransberry. And Isaiah, we've had ourselves a DAC Classic here in Portage High School.
Yes, we have. And so it'll be interesting. Both these teams on pace to surpass their season averages on points per game. But who's going to come out on top? Is the real question.
59-55. McCray, bounce pass. Murphy is trying to battle with some Indians, and they're going to call a holding foul. It's on that fresh face where we can't find the name on the roster for Portage. He'll pick up his first foul, and that is the second team foul on Portage. And Coach Klaus is going down to his bench, and he's going to send in a new name. This is Josiah Brown. Josiah Brown getting his first action tonight in the varsity level game. Murphy being double teamed and a jump ball being called. It will belong to Portage. But that trap really helping for Portage. They've ran a lot of those in the second half.
Yes. That trap has been working real well as the Portage Indians regain possession.
Portage has an opportunity to make it a single possession game. Kobe will dribble it up. We're close to 2 minutes left. Brown has the ball poked away, and a couple of students being pushed into the stands as McCray tried to get over to that ball, but good sportsmanship over there. Making sure everyone's all right. You always got to appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the day, they're just high school students just having fun.
Yep.
Who's going to make the big play for Portage right here? Senior night, and they're trying to walk away with a memorable win. Evans has nowhere to go. Finally finds Clark, who's able to get back to the top of the key. Minute 50. Portage has got to go. Clark directing traffic. Evans going with the left hand. Bad pass, intercepted by Anthony Murphy. Here come the Wolves. Smoot going to dribble it out. That's a veteran move by the junior. And the ball is poked away. Evans, transition three. Can he do it? No. Murphy pushing it down the floor. Here comes McCray with the right hand. And he gets it off the glass.
That is a big sequence right there. You got the turnover into
Wellman, knowing what time it is for him to take over. Clark gets the rebound after the miss. Goes up and under. And Clark with a hustle play. Back to a 4-point game. We only have 67 seconds to work with. Quick timeout by Portage. Let's watch that play, and then we'll send you to a commercial break.
That was a good
play by Clark down low, getting that rebound. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Back here at Portage High School, Andrew Mild, Isaiah Gransberry were having themselves a fun night, and the Portage fans are chewing down their nails to a nub. It's nervous, the tensions are high, but who is going to walk away with a crucial win in the DAC? Will Portage win and remain undefeated before Crown Point next week? Or will Michigan City get a crucial win and bring Portage down with them in the second place? Full court press coming up for Portage. Cowgill went to send it over to Smoot, but Garrett Clark sends it into the fourth row. Unfortunately, this isn't baseball, so you can't walk away with a souvenir. Exactly 1 minute, maybe the longest minute for both these teams. Bad pass, let's see if they can get it. Murphy was able to bring down the ball, almost like a rebound between him and Wellman. He's only Wellman on the floor. Cowgill gets the ball tipped away. Clark with an open lane. It's a 2-point game. Great tenacity by the Portage defense. Michigan City played sloppy at the end, and with 45.4 ticks left, we have a one-possession game.
Yeah, let's look at that play again. That was just flying all over the floor and convoy out.
I got to ask you, Portage, they were down by as much as 14. And I got to give credit to this fan base to will them back in it. They could have packed up and went home, but they stayed in the game. They brought the energy, and it's really paid off for this Portage team.
Portage, I mean, that's what it's all about. You know, this fan base has been with this team. I mean, I told you, when they hosted sectionals, the electricity in this gym for a Portage team starting 3 freshmen going toe-to-toe with Chesterton, the best team in the state at that time. Like, you knew this fan base was behind that team, and they have a chance here to finish off that Cinderella story. They've done almost everything they can imagine but that sectional crown. And so they have a lot more of a bigger 360 mindset, you know, beyond this game. And that's why you see Coach Klaus putting in younger guys in this situation and whatnot. And I love it. I love it.
So you're saying they were looking at the bigger picture.
Yep.
And the picture is right here. And they're trying to shake it out and get this win on this senior night. The press is there. The chant of defense from the Portage fans. Cowgill, bad pass, and a couple of bodies running into one another as McCray landed on Clark. That's just the third foul. A couple more would put Michigan City in the bonus.
That's a good foul. They're going to need it. With 39 seconds left, they probably want to get another quick one so they don't have to worry about too much time ticking off the clock.
Michigan City's passes have been very tough, putting them in bad spots and leading to these turnovers. Let's see if Michigan City can hit the dagger here. Smoot getting double teamed. They're trying to wrestle it away. They can't. And the ball on the ground. The pile of humanity at the bottom of that pile. And they're going to give a foul to Portage.
12 seconds off the clock right there. They're going to need this quick foul to send them to the line, most likely.
It's on Garrett Clark, his third. And even if it was a jump ball, it would still belong to Michigan City. But that possession error would flip. And that could be a big deal going forward, that foul call. We're going to take a brief timeout with them wiping the sweat off of the floor. But here we go. Michigan City inbounding it from down low. They get to Murphy. Shot rejected! Get Clark! Evans, he gets fouled. But no, there was no foul. There was a timeout before the foul. Coach Klaus burned one of his last timeouts remaining. 21 seconds left. And what a rejection. We got to see that play. Clark leaping up and rejecting the shot from Murphy on an alley-oop type play. My goodness.
Yeah, that's just phenomenal athleticism right there.
Sending it back like a bad fruitcake.
It's interesting. It's a lot of teaching moments from both of these. These are two great coaches right here. I mean, you got Boyd, who spent some time over at 21st Century coaching up great players like Eugene German and Ashton Williams and whatnot. And then you got Coach Klaus, who's been building something very special here in Portage. And they're both just teaching moments right now. Teaching moments. These are two teams that very well could be in the sectional championships of their respective sectionals.
Klaus is trying to win another game. His already legendary start here at Portage is 57-31, looking for a fourth straight winning season. But that sectional title has eluded them. But it feels like a sectional championship game here tonight.
It is. And these Portage fans know it. You know, I keep referring back to when they hosted, because they've hosted quite often the last 10 years, really. And so these fans, they know basketball. I mean, this is the third largest city in Northwest Indiana. They know they're going to come out and support their guys.
It's a beautiful gym. We're always happy to come here. Clark able to get the ball. This could be the final possession of the game. Clark gets hacked by McCray. They say it was a reach-in foul. The last foul to give for Michigan City. So Michigan City's got to be careful. One more foul, and they'll send Portage to the line with a chance to tie the game. And McCray is still dealing with an injury. He's currently underneath us as we're elevated from the floor. And there's McCray. He appears. Clark receives the pass. Clock running off. 12 seconds. Clark going with his left hand. Screen from Wellman. Clark to the lane. And he gets blocked. Gonna go call foul on Murphy. Murphy cannot believe it. Garrett Clark has made a living at getting fouled and going to the line, and that might be the biggest trip to the line of his career.
The screen was questionable, and then the foul it's questionable. But, you know, you always lean toward the ref's call. So we'll see what he does here.
Nothing but nets for Garrett Clark.
And so this free throw obviously will create an interesting situation. Both coaches taking some substitution opportunities to slow the game down, get some thoughts going through.
Can Clark tie the game? He can. Murphy, bring the ball up. Michigan City has a chance to win it right here. Murphy against Clark. He's got to hoist it up for the win. No! We are going to overtime. Hopefully you had your smart device or TV turned down after that roar from the Indians as Garrett Clark swishes down 2 free throws. They were down by 14, and they've come all the way back to tie the game. This Portage team not only has talent, they also got grit, determination, and heart. Whatever way you describe it, they have clawed their way back in this game.
Yeah, it's just everything you asked for. In a basketball game and the last day of January, you know, it's been a long month, long week, and to come and be able to relax, watch some good basketball right here on the Regis Sports Network, I mean, we are definitely blessed.
I know the fans at home are relaxed. These Portage and Michigan City fans, they are anything but at the moment, as they're going to add 4 minutes to the clock to get us ready for this overtime period. Michigan City has to feel like this game has slipped out of their hands. Bad passing led to easy transition looks for Portage. Now the Portage Indians have the momentum. And if they can rally and get this win, what does that mean for them going forward facing Crown Point next week?
There's going to be a lot of emotions in this game, and so you want to focus on this right now, but back to back, I'm sure that'll be a high-paced, emotional game as well. So we'll see what happens here.
Here comes the second jump ball of the game, won by Portage.
Meanwhile, that last sequence of the fourth quarter, sound levels hit 100 decibels. My watch reminded me that 30 minutes at this level will
don't
affect hearing.
Will not walk away with my eardrums tonight, but I will walk away with great memories of this game. Here comes the attack. Back out to Evans. Evans to Clark. Clark hit the 2 free throws to tie the game at 61. 3.5 minutes to go. Wellman receives it. He's extended from the wing. Back to the fresh face. Clark looking for somewhere to go. He's going to penetrate. Back out to Clark. Clark attacking. Kobe wide open. Can he do it again? No! And a foul going to be called as that fresh face came for the basketball, had it for a moment and got pushed down. They're going to call an early foul on Michigan City, and that player is going to go to the line. We'll see if the PA announcer announces who this is. Terrence Moran misses the first one.
Dennis Moran.
Dennis Moran, he's listed as number 2 on the Max Preps website.
Yep.
So that's where the confusion came in.
Yep, the 6'2" sophomore.
Seeing a combination of upperclassmen and underclassmen in this game. Second one rolls out. Clark with a couple of Michigan City Wolves. They're fighting for it. Who has it? It's regained by Michigan City, but they're going to say that they were out of bounds. Murphy was out of bounds, and they're just going to give Portage the ball back underneath this basket.
Man, oh man.
It's been a snowball sort of effect tonight for Michigan City. Nothing going their way late in the game.
And we have to take note, Portage has not had a lead in this game since early on in the first quarter.
Early on.
Yep. And no, they have never led in this game.
Yeah, because it's a tie game 2-2, and then Michigan City went on that run, and then Portage went cold. And Evans receives the pass. He gets hit from behind, and Portage has a chance to get their first lead.
Yep. Just like that. And this crowd might erupt. Like the roof might come off this place.
I'm surprised it hasn't yet, to be honest with you. Evans lines up the first one. And it's too long. That's 3 missed free throws in overtime for Portage at the moment. Moran missed 2. Evans misses his first.
Michigan City even have a student section dressed in colorful attire, standing directly behind their bench.
It's a Portage lead. They have not led throughout all of regulation. Comes with 3:06 to go in overtime. Van Buren underneath the basket, and Michigan City takes the lead right back. Great passing, and Van Buren was left below. He's going to ask for an easier shot. Clark. Wellman going up against Murphy. Murphy has 4 fouls. Wellman goes with his shot, and a push shot gives Portage a lead.
Oh, yeah.
3 lead changes.
Here we go. Portage still trapping.
And Van Buren again, wide open. No communication by the Portage defense, and Van Buren has had 2 easy looks in back-to-back possessions. Frustrating for Portage as they fought their way back in it, but that type of defensive effort is not going to win you this game in overtime. 2.5 minutes to go. We'll take a short break here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium we see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
And you thought Purdue and IU was going to be the game of the night. Instead, it's been Michigan City and Portage.
Nope, lots of eyes on this game right now.
I would not be surprised if the viewership tripled after we headed into the overtime period. Almost a bad mistake there by Portage. Andrew Mile with Isaiah Gransberry in overtime at Portage High School. Under 2.5 minutes to go. Portage trailed the entire time. Clark, good head fake, gets to the cup, and Garrett Clark spins it in. 2 minutes. We've seen 4 different lead changes. Nick Stewart to Smoot. Michigan City's offense was hot in the first half. They slowed down in the second half thanks to Portage extending the defense forward. Let's see if someone can step up for Michigan City as we're under 2 minutes. Who's going to win this classic game here on the Region Sports Network? Stewart, one to his left. He gets a screen. Portage's defense is staying with them. They're trying to get down low to Van Buren. He's going to go against Wellman. He exits from the block.
It's a big stop.
Moon calling for a screen. Under 90 seconds to go.
Speaking of Wellmans, you got Sam Wellman checking back in the game for the first time since he went out early in the third quarter.
Almost to a minute. Murphy. It's been a slow possession by Michigan City. Murphy against Wellman at the top of the key. Crossover, nowhere to go. Stewart from way downtown, and that was a bad shot, and only hit the backboard. A battle for the ball. Who has it? It's a jump ball, and it belongs to City. So they catch a break on that jump ball. You got to remember that possession arrow resets when you enter overtime. Portage had won the opening tip, so that arrow does belong to Michigan City.
You almost strategically, with how short overtime is, you almost strategically want to lose the tip.
Right.
Because you don't know how long it'll take to get that jump ball. I mean, it took us 3 minutes here.
Under a minute. High arcing pass. Murphy brings it down against Clark. 53 seconds. Time is running down. Portage leads by 1. Murphy from 15 feet, and he gets the roll. City takes the lead at 67-66. Give it to your best player. Let him make a big play.
Yep. That's a seasoned vet right there. 6'5" senior.
Smoot against Evans. Clark on the wing. Both Woman brothers are out there for the first time in a minute. Evans with 25 seconds. Feeds it to Sam Wellman. Wellman, no! Gets a rebound back. Tosses it up. He misses. Rebound Murphy. And an intentional foul. This still within striking distance for Portage. Even if Murphy hits both of these free throws, they're making it a 3-point game. But you have to hoist up a 3 and really a prayer to even send this game to a second overtime.
Yep. And so
Murphy shoots 65% from the line, but with this sort of environment, you throw those numbers out the window. This is coming down to how focused and locked in you are.
Yep.
First one good, 2-point game again.
And Coach Boyd, you want your senior star at the line right now, and so I'm sure he's ready to sit back and have a coffee.
No good. Clark bringing up the ball. Under 13 seconds. Clark against Murphy. He has an open shot, and it goes down. Murphy has the ball against Wellman. Getting double teamed. They send it over, and Coach took a timeout, but he wanted an earlier timeout. The referee explained to him, I can't hear you. So 1.7 seconds, and Coach Upshaw is very upset because 5 or 6 seconds ran off the clock with them bringing up the ball after Clark was able to tie the game. 68-68, we'll take a quick breather and be back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
So we have an update. Looking up at the board, they've added time. It was at 1.7 when the timeout was called. They've set it back to 3 seconds. So that second and a couple more ticks could be crucial as Michigan City is one made shot away from winning at the buzzer and upsetting Portage on senior night.
Yeah, it's interesting, and so you want to say that they'll target Murphy for the shot, but then you also have Stewart on the floor who's knocked down some big threes, and then you have number 12 Van Buren as well.
Harmon's out there to contest the pass. Murphy catches it. Murphy attacking for the win. No good! We're going to a second overtime. You like bonus basketball and then some more? This is your game. Let's take a break. We'll be back here for the second overtime at Portage High School on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Man.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Can you believe it? We have gotten to the second overtime at Portage High School on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. But before we get ready for the second overtime, I want all of our viewers to like it, comment, share it. Let people know that there's a classic going on right now and a game that's going to go down in Region Sports Network lore between Michigan City and Portage. We knew it was going to be a good game, Isaiah, but we never thought it was going to be anything like this.
Yeah, we're spoiled, man. Getting ready for March, right around the corner, man.
Not quite March Madness, but maybe January jubilation. Clark tied the game up, and he loses the ball. Murphy pushing it down the floor. Him versus Wellman, and he Euro steps right past him. 2 points for Murphy to open up the second overtime.
Another next level play. I mean, he could have easily tried to go in and get the contested basket.
Wellman gets rejected. Terrence McCrae says, "How do you like me now?" Stewart on the wing to Smoot. Back to Murphy, who just gave Michigan City the lead. 70-68. Murphy behind the back. He dribbles off his own foot. Evans picks up the loose ball, and it's a costly turnover by City. Wellman over the half-court line, trying to get ahead of steam. He goes past his defender, gets a bump, tosses it up, no good. And a second effort as Evans had the ball for a moment. Now Evans is down. I believe he's cramping up. He has to be cramping up. It's 5-on-4. There's numbers for City. Evans trying to get up. There's a three. No. Van Buren has the ball. Van Buren tosses it up. 2 more points. And now they're going to have to call an injury timeout. Oh, man. And it looks like some of the Portage fans are over here on the sidelines asking the referees, why did you blow the whistle? But Isaiah, you have to let play continue unless your team has the ball.
And it's a tough situation that not a lot of fans understand, but you have to let the possession play out with the advantage. And then As you saw, the ref was standing right by the player to make sure it wasn't, everything was under control. And as soon as favor is gone, there's no favor in possession, then you blow it dead.
Yeah, Evans grabbing the back of his left calf, and the trainer, who's had a busy night, has ran over to Evans and is trying to loosen up that calf, as Evans is going to get up now. I mean, it's 32 minutes for a regular game in high school ball. It's pretty warm in here with the bunch of bodies, but then you add 4 more minutes for the first overtime, and then another minute and 26 seconds. You're coming to almost 40 minutes of play.
Yeah, and so it's this that time. I mean, your body's beat up. This is mid-season, almost late season, really, and so your body's going to be beat up, and you just hate to see it. That's the importance of hydration.
You'll need some Gatorade on that bench, so Evans can get back in it. Clark bringing it down the floor. Portage needs to respond. Clark gets to the cup, and Garrett Clark cuts the lead in half. Carter Kobe's back out there for Amari Evans, who went out with a cramp, it appeared. Murphy to the corner. Here's the attack. Back out. The shot, it's a toss-up, and they're going to call an offensive foul. We'll see that play one more time.
Yeah, that's a great charge, and that's the second one they've taken today.
And again, that's an offensive foul, so no free throws for Portage, as both teams are in the bonus for the rest of this contest. Whether we go to a third overtime or a fourth overtime, as long as this game continues, they'll be in the bonus. Almost feel like LeBron James at the Miami Heat press conference with the big three. Not one, not two, not three. With the overtimes we might see. Who's going to walk away with a hard-fought win? Clark to Wellman. Back to Clark. Evans going back to the scorer's table. He's going to come back in. Clark in double team. Finds Michael Wellman. The Wellman twins are out there on their senior nights. Clark also one of those big seniors. Kobe back to Wellman. Wellman against Murphy. He spins. He's on the block. Shot up, and it goes down easily.
That's a
tied
big bucket.
Game with 90 seconds to go. Big-time players make big-time plays, and Michael Wellman has had a fair share of them in a red and white jersey. Let's see if Michigan City goes back to Murphy. They're going to feed him. He's on the left wing, a few feet from the three-point line. Michigan City just trying to play out this clock. Murphy trying to post up, and there's nothing there as he faces Garrett Clark. Those two seniors have been battling it out on both ends. Murphy dribbling back out. We're under a minute. Michigan City might just try to go for the win right here, and why not? Get some fresh legs. But we'll see if Portage tries to be aggressive and knock it away. McCray over by the half-court line. Again, one of those situations, Isaiah, where I wish there was a shot clock.
Yeah.
This is sort of anticlimactic, but I understand. And Coach Upshaw is going to burn a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. Portage 72, Michigan City 72. As you're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Andrew Mile and Isaiah Granberry on the Region Sports Network. 38 seconds left in the second overtime. And if you're just joining us, where have you been? Maybe you're watching Purdue IU or maybe LC Chesterton, as LC got the win on the road against Chesterton by 10 in a final of 60-50. And this game has been a thriller, a barn burner, and we're getting close to seeing who is going to win this game. Portage trailed by 14. Michigan City was knocking down threes left and right. Portage fought back with some great defense and relying on their seniors in Garrett Clark and Michael Wellman. And a big shout out to the freshman and Bryce Kobe, who was knocking down threes himself. And his trifectas willed them back in it. But with 38 seconds to go, there can only be one hero and one winner. Let's find out who it is.
Here we go. Portage in a man-to-man.
Murphy getting double teamed. He's trying to dribble out of it. That might be a bad take. Ball stolen away. Wellman down the floor. Wellman gives Portage the lead. Murphy tried to dribble out of a double team. It was a bad decision. Murphy to the rack, and he gets hit. They're going to call a foul. And I believe that's going to go on Clark by his reaction. And another player is down. That is the 5th foul on Garrett Clark. He's out of the game. Here's that replay.
Let's look at that again. There was just a lot going on down there. You know, you kind of got the defender going over the back. It's tough. It was a lot of bodies over there.
There's a Michigan City player down, and he's back up and heading to the bench. That's
well, look
Terrence
at
McCray.
Look at the play prior to that, the big steal by Wellman, making a big play at the basket.
Some of the best hands in the business. But going to the line is Anthony Murphy in a 72-70 game. If he knocks down these two, it's a tied game once again. And Portage will have a chance to win it. Omari Evans is out there. Now remember, he's dealing with a cramp. Rimmed out. And Portage is going to call a timeout. The decimals in this place are rising. As you look at that crowd willing on their Indians on senior nights. Portage trying to ice Murphy and make him think about it before his final free throw. Isaiah, have you ever played in a game like this in your career?
Oh, yeah. I had the honor of playing at Benedictine University, where our basketball team was nationally ranked every year we were there. And, man, my freshman year, those games were intense. And just as intense our senior year when we were right there in the midst of everything right before COVID, came and took over everything. But those games were exciting. And I can tell you the goosebumps on these players' backs right now. Undescribable. They like to be in a gym like this with the city behind your back. You got your student body here. You got the cheerleaders cheering loud, the band playing, rocking the house. The chills that these players have on their back right now, undescribable.
The Portage Pride is here tonight, and I believe the AD has just gone over to the student section and reminded them they cannot storm the court. As they're pleading with them, like, we've sat here for almost 3 hours at this point. We just want to storm the floor. But Anthony Murphy, he has a chance to make it a one-point game and make it really interesting. And something is going on here. Coach Upshaw sending in a late substitution. That was McCray that was out of the game after he had taken a tumble when Murphy went to the rack. But Coach Upshaw is going to toss him back into the game, and someone else just went out.
It's a little games with shit by Klaus, too, trying to extend the conversation to have Murphy think about it a little more. Think about that miss. I mean, that was the whole reason Klaus took that time out, is so Murphy can think about the miss in this crowd. So this is a big free throw right here.
He got it. Could not ice Murphy. Michigan City comes to intentionally foul. They're going to go for the jump ball. Wellman trying to dribble out of it, and now they finally hit him on the arm. Wellman going to go to the line. And you got to remember earlier on, he struggled. He had missed his first 3 free throws. He was frustrated. Was able to reset and hit some big ones going on later in the game. But these are the biggest free throws of the contest thus far.
Yes, by far. And so I'm sure we're going to have to get earmuffs if
well, it's quiet right now. Just wait. It's always a calm before the storm. Wellman shoots 74% at the line. McCrae's going to head out. Stewart is back in for Michigan City.
Portage doing their own share of offensive and defensive subs as well. Boyd reminding his team that there are no timeouts that they have. Won't want to pull a Chris Webber.
Yeah, talking about Chris Webber taking that timeout against North Carolina in March Madness. I believe that was the national championship game. So he's got to be aware of that situation.
Yep.
Wellman trying to make it a three-point game. He will. But Coach Klaus has a timeout, and he is going to burn it. We will take a timeout with 6.7 seconds left. Michigan City has one chance and one prayer to tie it up and send us to a third overtime. We'll be right back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Back here in the game of the year, Andrew Miles and Isaiah Cransberry. And Isaiah, you said earlier, we were surely blessed to have the viewers that we have, but an excellent game all around. And partner, I got to say, been blessed to call a game with you tonight.
Hey, likewise, man. It's been an awesome one. Glad to be back with you. And obviously, we got a lot more on our slate coming up. When Region Sports Network, you know we're the only game in town when it comes to March Madness.
Not sure if we'll have a voice after the game. Let's see if Michigan City can send us to a third overtime. Murphy will have the ball. Going up against Wellman. Spin move at half court. An intentional foul.
Smart.
That's a good move. Wellman intentionally fouling Murphy. So Murphy has to go back to the line for 2 free throws. But you have to ask yourself, do you make the first and then intentionally miss to try and get the rebound and toss it back in to tie it?
2.9 seconds, no timeouts. I'm sure that's going to be on their slate right here. So.
Of course, you have to make the first one.
That's the most important part, making that first one.
And nothing but nylon for Murphy.
So now, this is where it gets funky, so we'll see.
Well, that's why Coach Klaus has thrown in Matrell Harbin, the 6'10 power forward, to maybe get this rebound if he intentionally misses. He instead makes both. Wellman waiting to pick up the ball, and he inbounds it immediately to his twin brother, Sam Wellman. And I believe Murphy just fouled out of the game.
Yep.
He immediately grabbed his jersey and untucked it, knowing that he is disqualified for the rest of the game.
Hey,
and Nick Stewart's going to have to go in.
I really love that move.
Well, Wellman knows there's not a lot of time left, or correction, Murphy knew there wasn't a lot of time left, so he had no choice but to foul Sam Wellman as quickly as he could.
Yeah, that's selflessness, though. You know, he could have easily told somebody else, hey, do it. No, but he realized, not enough time on the clock. Let me do it myself. Let me take one for the team.
Sam Wellman, a Bethel commit, dealt with some eye issues earlier on in the game after he got poked in the eye. Trying to hit some clutch free throws. Buries the first. 2-point game. 1.9 seconds. You got to wonder if he makes the second one, they might intentionally foul one more time. He makes the second. Michigan City going up against the press. Ball goes out of bounds, still belongs to City. For a moment there, Portage thought it was their ball, but instead, we're going to see Matrell Harbin have to guard the inbounder, which at the moment for Michigan City is Jari Lemons, who has some clutch threes. Inbound the ball. Stewart from half court. No good! And the Portage Indians win in double overtime after being down by as much as 14 as the Wellman Twins embrace at half court. Talk about a memorable senior night win. To simply put it, Isaiah, I cannot believe how this game unfolded tonight. But at the end of the day, it goes to the Portage Indians and they're going to carry this momentum into next week when they face off against Crown Points in the biggest game for the DAC schedule. 2 undefeated teams possibly going up for the DAC title.
That was a big one right there, and salute to both teams. Hard-fought battle. Michigan City, Anthony Murphy, they're going to be a very, very tough out in that sectional 3. But salute to the Portage Indians getting the win, one of the most historic senior classes in Portage basketball history, getting it done on their senior night to cap off, or not cap off, just end another chapter in the Cinderella story that still continues.
We will step aside and we'll come back for the post-game show. We'll hand out some awards, some thank yous, and then we'll send you on your way because I know we've taken up a lot of your time tonight. So thank you for tuning in for this long game. So we'll keep you around for 5 more minutes after this break, as this has been the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
See all of the fans out on the floor at the moment after Portage got a crucial double overtime win after trailing by as much as 14 here on senior night. Andrew Mile with Isaiah Gransberry. We're making a nice and quick and brief post-game show so we can send you all off to bed or enjoy the rest of your Friday night. But me and Isaiah were talking about it after we went off the air, and we thought, hey, you know what? We saw bonus basketball, 2 overtimes. So we'll hand out these awards, and we'll give the Crown Lantern Man Superhero of the Game to 2 players. We'll give the Blue Collar Player of the Game to 2 players, and then we'll have the Play of the Game. So, Isaiah, let's start off with the Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crown Companies have offices open from 9 to 7, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. And those 2 players were from Portage.
Yeah, Gary Clark and Michael Wellman, congrats. And so the 2 seniors just showing why they've been 4-year varsity players here at Portage High School, leading the charge of a very special group here. And in this game tonight, Wellman specifically going in for some big buckets at the end of regulation, end of overtime number 1, and then sealing it, really helping them seal it for overtime number 2 as well. And then Garrett Clark just all over the floor, rarely coming off to take a break, just doing his thing out there. Salute to both of those guys.
He had that block that led to Portage running down the floor and tying it in the 4th quarter, and it was hard not to give that one the play of the game. We have another play in mind, and now we have the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at Local 374.org.
So,
and here are your two players.
We have Anthony Murphy, the senior, 6'5" senior from Michigan City. He showed out all game, showed his leadership, showed his composure down the stretch. Even when Michigan City, they struggled to contain that lead, he continued to just be a leader, lead by example. He showed out for his team tonight, but just couldn't get the win. And then on the other side, we're going to give it to Sam Wellman as well, the Bethel commit, the 6'1" senior. That man, he went out early in the third quarter, got poked in the eye, sat basically from early in the third quarter to really the entire fourth quarter, and then came back in overtime, just making an impact as much as he could. You know, he missed those a couple layups and didn't let that faze him, and that's just a sign of tenacity and just being able to overcome adversity, and shout out to him, man.
2 player of the games, 2 blue-collar player of the games, but only 1 Proud Union home play of the game presented by Iron Workers Local 395. And here it is.
And we got to give it to the play. The alley-oop, Clark to Wellman. It blew off the roof. Like, I thought we were going to have to get new headsets. That was just such an electric play. It really sparked this Portage team, and really, we can honestly say things were not the same after that play right there.
Not sure if we're going to need new headsets or new eardrums after the roar from the Portage High School faithful. And for Iron Workers Local 395, go to ironworkers395.com to start your future as a union iron worker. So that is going to do it here on the Region Sports Network. Some thank yous to give out over at management. Chris Ramiro is our executive producer, operations manager Rich Castillo, coordinating producer, and the cameraman tonight, Zach Miller with 2 eyes, sports director Mike Dewan. Our producer Justin Cole doing a great job on back-to-back days. East Chicago yesterday, this game here today. He'll be back in action tomorrow for Portage Wrestling. Our coaches for both sides, Larry Upshaw and Brian Klaus. The ADs for Michigan City, Sarah Krakeniski, Portage, Brett St. Germain, and of course our viewers on Facebook /Region Sports Nation, YouTube /Region Sports Network, and IHSAA TV. For my partner Isaiah Gransberry, I have been Andrew Mile. Thank you for tuning in to the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.